So module 7 will talk about premises and equipment. So first of all, we'll talk about storing and disposing garbage. It needs to be done into a container, which should be cleanable, emptied throughout the day. Should be foot-operated lid with plastic bin liner. Obviously not used for food storage, and it should be impervious / waterproof. So on yachts, obviously, you'll be using the double layer bags, otherwise you'll get in trouble with the deck department. Any unfit or out of date food should be isolated and discarded. So what are the properties of food equipment? So what would you look for if you were to buy food equipment? First of all, you need to make sure that this is well designed and constructed, that this is made out of suitable material, so no softwood. I've mentioned that in the previous module, where anything that's soft, like pine wood, must not be used. You can use hardwoods, even though I don't recommend it. It should be easy to clean and disinfect. It should be smooth, waterproof and hard-wearing, non-toxic and non-flaking, corrosion resistant, color-coded. So when you are using color coding, it's really important that you have a poster so that everybody uses the same one. For instance, if you are using yellow for cooked meat and somebody else is using yellow for raw poultry, then that's gonna be a very big problem. It should be suitable for use, and any defective equipment should not be used. So I don't know if you are familiar with USPH, United States Port Airs, but when you get inspected, they'll check that your equipment is in pristine condition, which usually leads people to stash stuff in their cabins. What's the role of a food handler with regards to premises waste and equipment? First of all, you need to keep the surfaces and equipment clean. You need to report defective or dirty finishes and surfaces. Keep windows and doors closed, so this is to prevent pest infestation. Don't abuse good design, example, placing food under an electrical fly killer. That I've seen it. I've seen an electrical fly killer positioned above the stove, just because the convenience of having a plug there was what made it happen. So needless to say that this is very bad practice. Don't use dirty or defective equipment, or clean it or replace it. Don't abuse sinks or wash basins. So we've mentioned that a little bit briefly. So you should only be using hand wash basins for washing hands and sinks for washing crockery, glasses, kitchen stuff, etc. Don't undertake temporary repairs. So if repairs needs to be done into the kitchen or into the pantry, it needs to be done while you are not dealing with food, and that's super important. Clear and clean as you go. This is by far the most important thing to do, and keep waste area tidy. So why is linear workflow important? And I will explain in a second what that means precisely. So this is to reduce the risk of cross-contamination. So linear workflow is the process of working in such a way that ready-to-eat food don't come into contact with soiled food or dirty food, or contaminated food. So for instance, if you were to make shredded carrots to go into a coleslaw, you'll have on one side of the table your dirty carrots, then clean carrots, then carrots peelings, then peeled carrots, then shredded carrots, and then the coleslaw. And so as a step-by-step process, and at no point in the process the shredded carrots or the coleslaw will go near or touch the contaminated carrots. So how does the law ensure waste bins are emptied regularly? It's an offense to let the waste accumulate, so you can get fined. So the bins must be emptied at the end of each shift, and that's super important. State 5 properties of a cutting board. So if you were to buy a cutting board, what would you look for? It should be smooth, waterproof, hard wearing, capable of being cleaned and disinfected, resistant to chemicals, not made out of softwood, and color-coded. How would you recommend storing waste in food room? So this question here is a little bit ambiguous because what's referred to as storing in this course and also in the exam, it's more in a way of handling. So in an impervious waterproof container with photoporated lid and in a plastic bin liner.